Now, to talk more about these unemployment numbers and the future of the North American auto industry, Nick Bonas joins us live now from the McMaster DeGroote School of Business. Hi, Nick.
Happy Friday, Dan.
Yeah, boy, sure doesn't very happy on the big three auto front, to say the very least. Should we be bracing for more job losses here, Nick, especially in Ontario, given the certain scenario that we're experiencing right now?
Yeah, I think we are going to get actually in a worse situation. You mentioned Ontario unemployment at 6.5%, slightly higher than Canada at 6.2%, but that's because of the manufacturing sector here in Ontario, of course. And jobs were created actually last month in October, but they were mostly in public administration related to the election anyway. So we need to understand, as Ontarians, we have $177 billion in exports, and almost over half of that is in the manufacturing sector, 37% in the auto sector alone, and we know that the auto sector is getting hit, but Ontario also exports mining and energy, industrial goods and construction goods. So as long as the Canadian dollar stays where it's at least it's going to be slightly cheaper for our goods in terms of the U.S. purchasing them. But if things go bad in the U.S., it doesn't matter how cheap our products are going to be up here in Ontario.
Yeah, and if they go bad in the States, it seems the loonie seems to grow in Canada because of our more stable economy. So
right.
That wouldn't augur any better for us either.
No.
In the auto industry, Nick, more layoffs coming at Ford and GM. How much worse can it get with respect to our auto industry here in Canada? I'm
afraid, Dan, it's going to get way worse. I mean, auto sales, just overall auto sales, plunged to their lowest levels in 25 years. That's a quarter of a century. I mean, this is, we've never realized such lowering of demand for purchasing of vehicles. There's just no demand for people to purchase cars, and especially domestic vehicles, from GM and Chrysler and Ford. And we know in the U.S., President Bush, even though he only has a couple months left, he doesn't look like he's going to be funding any bailouts for any of the U.S. auto companies. So I doubt that Harper in Ottawa or McGuinty in Toronto are going to do the same. So I have a feeling this is going to get way worse for cities like Windsor and Oakville and Oshawa, cities that rely on the auto sector here in Ontario. We've got a global market malaise. People stop buying expensive stuff when the market gets low. And guess what? Cars are expensive. Lehman Brothers, let's remember, Lehman Brothers was a 150-year-old company, and poof, it disappeared. I'm nervous that this time next year, one of those big three auto manufacturers is also going to disappear.
Nick, just off the cuff, with the election of Barack Obama, do you see that being any kind of assistance to the automotive industry, jobs in general, or the economy in the States? You know
what? I feel sorry for Obama, to be completely honest, because here's a guy who's basically just transformed and excited the whole world, not just in the U.S., but everywhere in the world. And he is starting at the lowest common denominator. I mean, I don't recall a president starting their term in such poor shape that this economy is going to be in the U.S. But you know what they say? It's better to start when things are terrible, because then any incremental change that you make is going to make you look good.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the old expression, a chicken in every pot. We're almost at that stage. Nick Bonas from the DeGroote School of Business. Nick, thanks for that information today, and you have a good weekend.
You too.